93.1 Red FM सारे नु प्यार भरी सत श्री अकाल नमस्कार आदाब अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड वेलकम टू पंजाबी टेकओवर 11:11 ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ Thursday May 12 2016 ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੋਸਟ ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਗਰੇਵਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੋਗਾ ਪੂਰੇ 1 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ we've got an exclusive absolutely I'm really excited today an interview with the one and only ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ you know what it's actually her first time here in the RedFM studios and I'm really excited to actually have the honor of interviewing her today. We're gonna know the things that we need to know. So you know what? I want to welcome प्यार ना स्वागत करते हैं. Please welcome to the RedFM studios DJ Goddess, also known as Jessica Dhillon. Jessica, how's it going?
It's going well. Thanks for having me here.
I'm so excited. Are you excited?
I am. First time in Red FM radio station. I'm excited.
Very nice. Okay, you know what, Jessica? So, जिन्हें भी सारे listeners है, for those of our listeners that don't know what you do, so just give us just a small breakdown of what you do, and also by the way, you know, we'll keep asking you a few questions. We'll go to some music. You know.
Okay, so I mean, first and foremost, I think I'm most known for being DJ Goddess. So music's probably my first and foremost of what I'm probably good at. And then a lot of people don't know I'm also a film producer, so that's probably the...
Very nice.
Yeah, those are the two main things. I'm a dance choreographer as well, and the list kind of goes on. But those are like the first two are basically where my passion is.
Wow. Okay, you know what? So I'm gonna take it back to the basics, back to the classics. So sab to pehla mainu dasso where you originally from and how did you start off?
Where was I from?
Yeah, like you know, where are you from? As in, where did you grow up? Where were you born?
Have you heard of Prince Rupert?
Yeah, maybe.
It's a small town by Alaska, still in Canada, but close to Alaska. That's where I was born and raised. So I spent half my life there and then half my life right here in Surrey, Van City.
Very nice. So how did you get into, so what came first? Tusi Jessica, that you're, you know, you're film producer and you're a DJ. So what came first? Like, how did you decide to go into this? Like, was it always a passion in school or?
I actually did a major in biology and a minor in business at UBC. So not exactly entertainment line. And then I started acting. From acting went into film production. From film production then went into DJing.
Wow. So tell us, what was it like acting? What got you into acting?
You know what? I acted for like a minute. I'm not really an actor. That's why I'm a DJ. You know, I'll leave the acting to you. To the pros.
Okay, so then you went into like film production. So what made you decide to go into film production? Was it just like a part of your work? Yeah, you know...
So I started off as an actor, and the reason why I was even taking acting classes was because I was very shy and introverted throughout my high school and throughout university. So it was more of a side passion and to kind of like break the challenge of being like a really shy person. Now I'm probably like, I probably talk too much. But yeah, basically that's where I started. I was in acting, and then I met this one producer who basically said that I am way more business savvy, and I didn't know whether to take it as a diss of not being able to act or a compliment of, you know, maybe I should be an entrepreneur. So basically rolled with it and went into film production. So I started as an intern, then became an executive assistant, then became a production associate. I worked for Kerner Studios, which is a former George Lucas company, and I worked my way up to being a management consultant between Bollywood and Hollywood, something that not many people know about.
Wow. Okay, you know what? We're going to get into more details after this track. So Jazzy B the awaaz vich bach ke, and once again we got DJ Goddess here in the Red FM studios, and ana galla bata karenge about her struggle, about her passion, about where she's going and all that good stuff. So here it is, Jazzy B on Red FM. 93.1 Red FM. Welcome back to Punjabi Takeover, and once again aaj this special guest at Red FM the studio te pahunche hoye ne. We've got DJ Goddess, also Jessica Dhillon, or I should say Jessica Dhillon, also known as DJ Goddess. But you know, okay, before we get back into your film production, I want to know what made you come up with the name DJ Goddess.
Well, I actually wanted something female empowering, and so what greater name than Goddess, really? But it was funny because I actually originally wanted the name Empress, and it was already actually, it was taken. So I couldn't take Empress. And then I was going through all these goddess names, and it was like Athena and, you know, that sort of thing. But then I thought it didn't suit me because, you know, you have these Greek names. I'm Indian. Yeah. So, yeah, I decided to go for Goddess itself.
Wow.
It encapsulates a lot of different things.
You know what? That's so funny because I think it was at one of the live on locations, and I was thinking, I was like, you know what? If I was ever a DJ, what name would I be? And I'm like, I would want to be something like DJ Plague or DJ Virus, because like
Plank?
Plague.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no,
working on the core there.
DJ Plank or DJ Abs.
Yeah, I believe that when I look at you.
Okay, so we were talking about like, okay, from an actress, you went into film producing. So tell me about like what your experience was like going into film production.
So as I said, I acted for like a minute and then went into film production. So I did work my way up. I was the intern. I don't know, have you seen Devil Wears Prada?
Yes.
Yeah, I was the Anne Hathaway, running, doing the errands. I was walking the dog. And here I was with a biology degree. And I'm like, what am I doing here? But then I realized, and my dad said something really important. And he said, you know what, for every industry that you enter, if you don't have credentials, you have to pay your dues. And that's exactly what I did. And the producer that I was interning for at the time, Gavin Walding, a prominent producer here, and he actually told me as well that he started off cleaning Panasonic cameras, and that's how he started in the industry as well. So that was kind of my way of paying my dues, and just with experience. And I always looked at, try to look outside of the box and find opportunities. So even when I was an intern, I was looking for opportunities of expansion for the company. And this is when I was working for Kerner Studios in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
It was a Hollywood special effects studio, and we worked on some small films you might know, like Avatar, Airbender, Transformers.
Nice.
So I started off as an intern for that company, and I remember researching ways to kind of expand into India, and that's exactly what I did. I got the company into India. We attended Fiki Frames, which is a prominent film conference in India, and right off the bat, in fact, I had met people like Karan Johar, Yash Chopra ji, Subhash Ghai, and it's been a crazy journey for sure.
Very nice. So wait, so how did you actually, like, you were here in Vancouver, so what actually made you like pick up and want to go to San Francisco and be like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up and go? क्योंकि ज़्यादा करके कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जिथे ਅਸੀਂ रहंदे ਹੁੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ comfortable ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ हैं. So what made you actually want to just be like, okay, boom, मैं चली?
Well, I mean, growing up, because we were from Prince Rupert, honestly, I feel like I'm used to traveling. My mom is like a gypsy, my dad as well. Like, we've traveled the world. By the time I was 12, we had already gone to several countries. So growing up, I feel like we were always on planes. So maybe I have what they call the travel bug. And then with the film production in general, I was interning for a local producer, and I didn't realize, but he was managing director of Kerner Studios in San Francisco. So when I was interning, I guess he had a lot of faith in me, and then disclosed that he was also managing director of Kerner. So, I mean, George Lucas is basically the producer that produced Star Wars, right?
Wow.
So I didn't know all this. So he disclosed this after really testing me as an intern. And then that's when I started going on the road to San Francisco. And before I knew it, I started working for Kerner Studios itself in San Francisco.
Wow, that's so what was your journey like that experience kidda raha, like working, like, you know, all of a sudden, like it's basically, it's like a secret. All of a sudden you're working, and all of a sudden this person reveals that, you know, this is what they really do, and it's like, whoa. So basically you were definitely like on the top of your game. That's why you got the opportunity to, you know, go to San Francisco and like work on a larger scale. So what was it like? Was it difficult? Was it hard? Because coming out of you, like you said, biology ਤੁਸੀਂ, you know, learn ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਧਾ in the production ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, like, what was the transition like?
Right. Well, like I said, I was working from, you know, being an intern, then I was an executive assistant. And in fact, when I got hired by Kerner Studios then, because once I graduated from being an intern to a production associate and executive assistant, I had to apply for my US visa. So that was an interesting process, because and this was post the whole going to India and proving myself and taking the company there. I came back, and that's when they wanted to bring me on board as a management consultant between Bollywood and Hollywood. So I skipped several levels that probably most people don't get to do because of how fast I was working and how hard I was hustling to try to create opportunities for Kerner. And I remember being on the border. I don't know if you know much about TN visas, but those are the visas that's the visa that you get on the spot at the airport for 3 years. And I remember being there, and they were scrutinizing me at the border because I'm, a 20-something-year-old girl, young, trying to get my management consultant. And management consultant means you're consulting the entire company and the CEO.
Wow.
So, and the title was TN Visa as a management consultant between Bollywood and Hollywood. So it was a very big title for someone, I guess, of my age then. So they scrutinized me at the border, but somehow, I answered all the questions. I had my backup. I had a lot of experience under my belt. After that, it was kind of history. I went to San Francisco, and that's when we were working on Airbender at the time. So it was a crazy experience for sure.
Very nice. Wow. Okay, you know what? I want to talk about like the project that you worked on, but usto pehla we're going to check out Mickey Singh Di Awaaj vich Dil Kafra, and we'll be right back with DJ Goddess on Red FM. 93.1 Red FM. Welcome back to not Fiesta Fridays, Punjabi Takeover. It feels like a Friday. You know why? Because you're here, baby. Okay, so we got DJ Goddess in the house. So, Jessica, tell me one thing. So there is a film that you have worked on, which is actually premiering this weekend.
Yes.
So tell me about that. And this happened while you were, a producer.
Yes.
So tell me about this.
So I was in San Francisco for my Kerner Studios chapter of my life, and basically this movie fell into my lap called Sold, and it's based on child trafficking and on an award-winning novel called Sold as well. And there was an Oscar-winning director that was on board, and a few prominent like Hollywood stars and backing, like Emma Thompson. She's an executive producer as well on it. And I came on as an exec producer for that film as well because I was very passionate about it. It's about child trafficking, like I said, and such a great cause, and just to raise awareness. So that will be premiering this Sunday at 3:30 p.m. at the Rio Theater.
Yeah, really excited about it. And for our listeners, if you want to attend the premiere, all the information is on our website, www.redfm.ca. Doors are open at 3. The movie starts at 3:30, and tickets are, $10 in advance, 12 at the door. But yeah, I heard lots of great things in it, and you have to be 19 or over to attend this. So really excited and looking forward. What was it like? What was your experience like working on this film?
It was great. I mean, I got to meet David Arquette. I don't know if you know who David Arquette is, but
yes,
we all know him as Courtney Cox's ex, but I didn't say that on radio. No, I'm just kidding. And they're actually really great humanitarians, especially Emma Thompson as well. They all believe in raising awareness for child trafficking. They're huge advocates for like the whole trafficking that's happening between Nepal and India. And we forget how prevalent it is. It's happening even in places like Seattle, New York. It's happening in the States. It's happening around us. And I was so unaware of it until I became involved with the movie. So I'm so fortunate to have had the opportunity to be an exec producer on it, and to really work with these actors and producers, and to be able to work with an Oscar award-winning director is an amazing experience as well. And this is the first film. I always wanted to become exec producer before I became a DJ. It's definitely, I feel blessed, and to be able to raise awareness for such a good cause, it's definitely a blessing.
How long did this project take? I know it's the premiering this weekend, but how long ago was this started?
It actually started a long time ago. It's been quite a few years. They started the film, and they wanted to really, like I said, raise awareness for the film. So they started with the film festival circuit, and now the novel is actually available for I think high schoolers and probably grade 6, 7s. They're now introducing it into schools, so they're really doing a raw sort of distribution. It's not the conventional theatrical distribution right off the bat. They're really trying to make an impact with this film and with the novel hand in hand, so that's why it's taking its time. It's fared well in the film festival circuit. It's played in Venice, it's been in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, India, New York, LA. So we've been very lucky with, being able to raise awareness for the cause. And so finally now it's in the theatrical distribution circuit.
Very nice.
So like I said, at the Rio Theater.
Very excited. So once again, that's happening this Sunday. So do check out more information about the event. It's happening this Sunday, just 3:30 p.m. at the Rio Theater. That's 1660 East Broadway. Ho jankari vaste check out our website, www.redfm.ca. So we're going to check out our track, and then we'll be back with more. We're going to check out Apache Indian.
Nice. I like that choice.
So here it is on Red FM. 93.1 Red FM. Welcome back to Punjabi Takeover. We've got Jessica Dhillon, aka DJ Goddess, here in the Red FM studios. So, Jessica, we've been talking about your journey, right? So tell me, get to see DJ kidda bane? You talked about from biology student to actor for a minute, then film production. How DJing?
Well, actually, when I was at the film studios in San Francisco, my only friend outside of the studio was a DJ, actually. Because at the studio, I was the youngest person working there. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really have any friends my age, except for this one male, DJ. And every weekend, it would be funny because I would just call him up and I'd be like, where are you going this weekend? And wherever he'd be, that's where I would join. And while everyone would be busy partying and drinking, I would just be hovering over the DJ booth and asking him questions and observing. And then I told him at the end of basically my Kerner contract, I was like, you know what? I want to learn. I want to learn how to DJ. Wow. And especially with the film production world, when you're not working on films, you get a lot of downtime. And I don't do very well with downtime. I have to be busy all the time. I'm sure you're the same way. I have a feeling. Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to pick up music on the side. So I came back here to Vancouver and I learned from another female DJ. In fact, her name is Lisa Deluxe. And I guess I had a natural knack for it. And she was like, you need to stick by it. And that's what I did. And here I am now.
Wow. So how was it learning? The process, did you find it difficult? How did you decide, okay, you know what? मैं हाथ अपने साफ कर ले, film production में करना ही नहीं, होता मैं बस DJ करना. How did you decide, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is my niche. This is where I need to be.
Right. Well, I was always a dancer. So I think when you're a dancer, you have basic rhythmic, you understand rhythm basically and beats. And so when I was learning how to DJ, I learned fairly quickly. I learned pretty much in a week's time the basics. And I remember it was October time, and between October and December, New Year's Eve, I was just a bedroom DJ. I bought the CDJs, my Pioneers, and in fact, I actually learned on vinyls from Lisa Deluxe, and then I moved on to CDJs just because I felt like that was where the world was going, the trend. And that's exactly what happened. In clubs around the world, you pretty much have CDJs. You're not, carrying around your crates or techniques, that sort of thing. So I was a bedroom DJ for 3 months. And then by that time, because I had film production and I also did music video production as well, and Raghav was someone that I was working closely with, and I executive produced his Top of the World video. So we were already connected. And so for Calgary New Year's Eve, so 3 months later after learning how to DJ, he asked me to spin with him on stage for City TV's New Year's Eve bash.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's what I did. And I was really nervous at first. I'm like, are you sure? I've never DJ'd live before.
Oh,
but when you're with an artist, you're not really mixing much. It's like more of a press play sort of situation.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And that was my debut.
Wow. Were you nervous at all?
Oh, yes.
Because it's not like edda bhi nahi hega ki you went from learning into okay, I'm going to try a small gig. You went straight from from
bedroom
your
DJ.
bedroom DJing straight to an OV New Year's Eve party. What was going through your mind? Were you oh my God, I got this? Or were you oh my God, what were you feeling?
No, I didn't feel like I got that. Okay. I was nervous. Okay. In all honesty, I was so nervous. And especially when it was going to be telecast to Toronto. And it was a joint thing between Calgary and Toronto at that time.
Wow.
So in fact, all the Toronto people it was going back and forth between the Toronto New Year's Eve to the Calgary one on live screen. So I don't even know. It was 40,000 viewership. I could even be wrong. It probably is times 10. I have no idea. It was all of Canada pretty much tuning into the Canadian New Year's Eve. So I was very, very nervous. But I think You know what? I'm still nervous to this day whenever I have gigs.
Yeah.
So I think you've come to one of my gigs.
Yes,
You've seen that. I go into complete nervous mode. But the moment you play that first track, I don't know, something just overcomes me, and I just feel like I'm at home.
Yeah. Wow. So what is your, so that was your first gig. So what kind of music do you like to spin?
I'm mostly known for my electro Bollywood. I love Bollywood music.
Okay.
I was a Bollywood dance choreographer, so that also helps. So it's mainly, I'm connected to the Bollywood music that way, and I love house and EDM. I started off with commercial, like a lot of commercial remixes, and I've spun at Republic and Modern and all those places. I think the names have changed probably for those clubs, but but I'm mainly known for my electro Bollywood house EDM.
Wow, that's amazing. You know what? I got lots and lots of questions, and the night is still young. So we're gonna check out the next track. It's In Karma and Aman here. Geet hai gaye Khulla Khana Peena, and the music video is out as well. So big shout out to In Karma. Here it is, and enjoy on Punjabi Takeover. 93.1 Red FM. Welcome back to Punjabi Takeover. 12:10 ho chuke ne studio de vich. It is now Friday, May 13th, 2016. So it's Friday the 13th, and once again we've got DJ Goddess here in the Red FM studios.
Yes, I just wanted to say happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know what? Actually, these guys came in and they surprised me with cake and birthday hat and these. What are those things called?
I don't even know. The things that you... I need to be careful with how I word this now, but the thing that you blow on and...
It's supposed to go... And it doesn't. It just goes we just have to make the sound effects with our... selves. But
just
anyway,
catch her on Snapchat and you'll see what she's been up to.
Exactly. So thank you guys so much, Jihan. It's supposed to be a full moon today too. Tonight. Wow. Yeah, so full moon. It's gonna be full moon. It's Friday the 13th. Wow.
This interview is about to get crazy.
Yeah, it is. So you know what? Okay, so one thing I want to know is tell me all the places that you've DJ'd.
Oh wow. I have DJ'd in Calgary, Toronto, New York, San Francisco, Dubai, Doha, in Qatar, all over India, so Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chandigarh, Calcutta. I'm probably forgetting some cities, and Africa as well. London. Yeah.
Well lit. And of course Vancouver here.
Yeah.
Wow. So you know what? Tell me after becoming a DJ, was this your niche? Did you feel that, you know what, I'm completely satisfied, I love what I'm doing?
Yeah, definitely.
You found your satisfaction in DJing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I feel at home when I'm on stage and I'm performing and spinning my set.
Wow. Okay, so I want to know like everything. So tell me how I want to know.
What do you want to know?
Ingredients. Mainu das tu kive dal sabji banoni hai. But no, tell me okay, so how long does it take for you to prepare? Like jadon to koi thanu book karda hai ki, you know what, okay, we want you to DJ. How do you prepare? Like you play, like you said, like, you know, you're more into like the Bollywood. So tusi apna set kidna prepare karde hai, and you know, how do you decide that tonight you're going to play this, or like tell me like what process you go through as a DJ to perform to the level that you do perform at?
So I get booked for various different events, various different club types. So I've been to Calcutta and I've spun just pure EDM house. I remember the moment I started to play a little bit of commercial English music that they were like, no, we like the EDM and the hardcore house music. And so, or I'll be in Dubai where they'll want a completely electro Bollywood and house set. So I cater my sets according to which club is booking me in which city, you know, that sort of thing. And I'm a type of person that wants to read the crowd when I'm spinning. I don't have presets. I kind of spin on the fly. But what I do is I like to look at the tracks that I will be spinning. So if it's an EDM house set, then I'll probably, you know, collect all my EDM house stuff that I think I'm going to spin for the night and throw it into a crate online. So that's normally how I prepare. I do take my mixing very, very seriously. So I might, you know, spend some time on the CDJs, play around with them, but I like to read the crowd. I think that's the number one most important thing that a DJ can do, because you can't go with a preset to a club and then expect everyone to love the music. You really, and especially when you're spinning different cities, I can't go in having something already prepared because I never know what to expect or what they're going to love and like.
Wow. Okay, so tell me, as a DJ, what's the number one thing that you love about it, and what's the number one thing that you do not like about it?
The number one thing that I love about it is that it's pretty much your music that you like that you're spinning. So imagine going to a club and only your music that you love is playing.
Yeah.
So as a DJ, that's pretty much you.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
exactly.
So it's like a party. Every time you spin, it's a party. And it's a party with all your favorite types of music. The thing I hate about most is requests. No, just kidding.
I think that's every DJ.
Kinda, yeah.
I think that's every DJ.
I think I need a
number
no
one.
request sign wherever I go. Fortunately, most of the places that I spin, because I am more so a club DJ than a wedding DJ, that when I am spinning in different places around the world, that the DJ booth is normally placed very high, or I have security around me, so not many people get the chance to request me unless they're waving their phone in front of me, in which case, sometimes they'll read it, sometimes they'll play it, sometimes I won't, but depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Wow. So tell me, what's been your number one favorite place where you've DJ'd?
Oh, I love Dubai.
Really?
Dubai is my favorite place to spin, hands down. It's like Vegas times 100.
Wow. So is it just the vibe, the people, or like the love you get?
Yeah, it's everything. Surprisingly, I have a lot of fans in Dubai. I was surprised when I went, and there ends up being like such a great turnout. I'm always shocked when I go to a different city because I don't know, if I'm known in that city, if people know me, that sort of thing. But Dubai gave me so much love, and it's such a great turnout. And the people as well, they know how to party.
Oh,
Dubai knows how to party.
So tell me about your struggle as a female DJ in the industry, because what बहुत ही घट सानू सुनने ਨੂੰ मिलता हैगा कि there's a female DJ करके ज़्यादा करके DJ, usually the guys are DJing. So tell me about your struggle as a DJ, if any, and the support you've gotten as a DJ.
Well, I think as a female DJ, you're always sort of stereotyped. I think that's the first thing that is the hardest thing, and it is fighting that stereotype, because a lot of female DJs are based booked perhaps how they look, how they carry themselves, that sort of thing, and then the talent is second. So that's why I take my mixing so seriously, because no matter how I'm booked, if I'm booked, I want to create a great impression on how I can mix. I want people to hear my music and be like, wow, she can spin like the next male DJ, that sort of thing. So you're constantly fighting that sort of stereotype.
Oh, wow. I'm just looking at the twinkle in your eye and thinking, you're so passionate about what you do. So has there ever been a moment in your career, jada tusi soche, jada tusi decide kar liya ki, I want to be a DJ, where you felt like, I just want to give up, I don't want to do this anymore? Was there ever a point, and if there was, why?
Every day, even today, I'm sure.
Wow.
I mean, you constantly have the struggles of being in the music industry. It is, you need, and male DJs, I'm sure, go through the exact same thing, where you have to hustle hard. The grind does not stop. I mean, some people might look at me and be like, wow, DJ Goddess has made it. She's traveled the world. I have a lot of local DJs that are like, wow, you're living the dream. We'd like to live, the way that you are. But it is a constant hustle and grind. It doesn't stop. And you're always going to want more. There's going to be more hopes, more dreams, more places that you want to DJ. Everyone has their own sort of bucket list, that sort of thing. But yeah, it doesn't stop. Every day, sometimes you'll go through the emotions of being like, wow, this is so hard, or you'll face obstacles, and being a female DJ, I go through that all the time. I have to sit down, reflect, and be like, okay, how can I get better? How can I be better?
Very nice. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to check out a track. Just Sidhu di Awaaz vich ki kehna hai, and we'll be back more with DJ Goddess here on Punjabi Takeover. 93.1 Red FM. Sunday in the studio. It is Friday, May 13, 2016. We've got DJ Goddess here in the Red FM studios talking about her journey and where she's been and all that stuff. You know what? I think there is one thing that a lot of people are probably curious about: how we connected.
Yes.
Okay, so how we connected, because I know like सोचे होने अच्छा ये बहुत चेर तो एक दूसरे ਨੂੰ जान गया. Actually what happened was actually why don't you tell the story? I want you to.
I like your version better.
Okay, you like
How you
your-
slid into my DMs.
Yeah, I so did. So
That's our song, you guys.
Yeah. So basically what happened was okay, I was in Mumbai. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ listeners ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਗਈ ਸੀਗੀ Mumbai for the first time. Don't know anyone in Mumbai, just acquaintances here and there. And so basically what happened was I went there, and 3 weeks into my trip, and I felt like family itthe sigi. I was alone there, and like I was actually feeling like, okay, I need some companionship, right? And I'm like, I don't know anyone here. And then of course then my friends from here were like, hey, you know what, DJ Goddess is in Mumbai. But I'm like, oh man, par main ta ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ. I'm like, wait, I actually met her for like 2 seconds, right? And
Yeah.
like just, hey, how's it going? That's about it, right? And I'm like, what do I do? ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਉਹਦਾ number ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just drop her a DM on her Instagram. So on the Instagram te jaake, I wrote her a message like, you still have it, right? You gotta
still
save
do.
it and screenshot it.
Okay, I will.
And so I'm like, hi, my name is Gurpreet. I'm from Vancouver. I'm here in Mumbai. So you want to like get together? I wrote something along the line.
Pretty much. She slid into my DMs, guys.
Yeah. And then after that, like, koi jawab nahi aaya. And I will be honest, I was like looking at my phone. Oh man, ਉਹਨੇ message ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ? ਅੱਛਾ ਆਇਆ ਨਹੀਂ. So one day passed. I think 2 days after.
I think a few days passed.
Yeah, I think 2 ਦਿਨਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ she replied back, and I was so excited. It's like being on Mars and not having any human contact. And I'm like, whoa, I got human contact. And I'm like, okay. And then मैं तो मेरी सारी information फटाफट देती. Here's my India number. Here's my WhatsApp number. And then one day I got a call. And when I got that call, I was like, whoa, it's her. And I picked up the phone, and then Jessica's like, hey, I got some time to kill. So you want to meet up at Starbucks? And at this point, I have not left my where I was staying at all by myself. So this was my first rickshaw ride by myself in Mumbai to go meet Jess. So, and I was like, okay, man, I'm gonna go. I'm like, so do I just take a rickshaw and just meet you there? And you're like, yeah, I'll just meet you at the Starbucks. And she was like so cool and nonchalant about it. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta do this, right? Because I was like, it's like if you know that you've got life on the other end and you're gonna make that
You
effort.
need to get on that raft.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to get on that life raft.
Then I went and we met up, and I think after that we've been inseparable.
Pretty much. Now people know why Starbucks is so close to us as well.
Because the first time we met was at Starbucks, and actually after that I was a little bit, because I think this goes for anyone out there. I was ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ okay, because I didn't know her, she was a DJ, and it's not like she's just like I mean ਮਾੜੀ ਮੋਟੀ DJ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, like she's well known. And I was like, you know what, I don't know like if she's gonna be humble, like and literally I was thinking, I'm like, what if she's not like akkar, or she goes to me tu kaun hai, how dare you, or doesn't even reply. I'm like, you know what are the chances? 50-50 है कि ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇ ਦੂਗੀ, ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਵਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਊਗੀ, ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਗੁੜਾ ਕੱਢ ਦਊਗੀ. I'm like, I took my chances and I did it. And after I met you, oh my god, I will never, not that I judged you before, but it definitely changes a lot of perceptions I have about like actually going out and reaching to people, like if you need anything. And all I needed was companionship. As lame as this may sound, I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted a friend.
She's going real red, you guys.
Yeah, and that's actually all I wanted, was just a friend to be there, and that's what I got. And then I got to know more about you. I saw your hustle, your grind, how hard you work. And it just blew me away, because I honestly didn't think that they're like ajkal de jawak. I think a lot of them have this thing that either ਮਾਂ ਪਿਓ ਕੋ ਪੈਸੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ like ਅੱਛਾ ਅਸੀਂ rich ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਾ, ਆ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਾ, that's all it is. But it's very rare that I come across a person who's hustling to make it. And that's what I saw you, and I was like, whoa man, I honestly do respect your hustle. And
Thank
which is why
you.
I was like, dude, I need to have you on the show to share like your hustle, your grind. Because tell me, like, what I want to know from you is tell me about like your hustle. Tell me about your low moments. Because you know what, ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੋਕੀ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ, it seems like, okay, you know what, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਉੱਚੇ level ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਈ ਆ, ਆ ਕਰਦੀ, ਉਹ ਕਰਦੀ, but people don't see the grind behind it, the hustle behind it. So share with our listeners like what you go through, like, you know, when you're doing that grind.
Well, I mean, you're not gigging it all the time. Like for me, especially being a tour DJ, I'm not gigging it all the time. When I'm in Vancouver, unfortunately, it is the way the Vancouver market is. I'm not getting hired as much as I am when I'm on the road. I'm more so like an international DJ. I get booked very often in India. And so when I come back to Vancouver, it's a lot of downtime. And that's where I feel like you really need to put that hustle in. And I also use that time to really catch up with family as well. And it's all about the balance as well. But when I was in India, yeah, like if you're not DJing, you pretty much need a hustle. Like during the week, if I'm, let's say I'm booked on the weekend in Jodhpur, the next weekend in Chandigarh, during the week, that's where I really need to work hard, work on my music, update my playlist. Also, I'm working on production as well, so learning the craft of production. There's always something that you can work on. You can always be better and better. And because there's other female DJs in India, so you really need to be on your toes. And especially with me, like I feel like I compare myself to the other male DJs, so I want to be up to par with them, if not better sometimes. So I have to put that hustle in.
So do you feel that you're getting a lot of support? Like have you always got like family support? Have you gotten, tell me a little bit about the support from like the industry itself.
Well, with my parents.
It's about to get real up in here.
Well, we'll start with the family first. I mean, I was a huge nerd in high school. I was a straight A student. I was a library monitor, if that, you know, I was part of the students' council.
You were a library monitor? No.
Yes, I was a super nerd. So if I have any high school friends tuning in, they know. And even in university, same thing. I rarely partied. I didn't even watch OC on Thursdays. Like I was in my room. I'd be studying. Med school is what I was aiming for. I became a DJ.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what I was aiming for. And so my parents were in the hopes that, okay, our daughter's going to become a doctor. That's how hard she's studying. And I remember getting my first B in university, and this is in a few magazine articles, and Honey Singh even makes fun of me. He's like, yeah, I remember you crying during your first B in university sort of thing. But yeah, like I guess I've grown a lot, and I was always like such a nerd. So, I mean, yeah, like now, sorry, I'm losing track here, but my dad and my mom had the hopes of me becoming a doctor. And so when I chose the entertainment industry, it was definitely hard for them. I think it is with any Indian parent. But I had their support. And over the years, as they see, you know, DJ Goddess, you know, creeping up and, you know, a few posters, flyers. I mean, we were in Chandigarh, and I was on billboards around Chandigarh, and my dad happened to be there visiting at the same time. So it's kind of a proud moment, or they'll see me getting interviewed. My dad's tuned in right now. You know, that's how supportive they are of me. So it's nice to have that family support. As for the industry, I mean, it's a hit or a miss. I mean, I feel like there's certain DJs that are super, super supportive. And then there's ones that you kind of hear that are talking. And what I do is I just put my head into my work, and I just work harder. Once again, it is mainly to break the stereotypes of being a female DJ.
So all you haters out there, support the girl. But you know what? I personally do.
But I think the bigger you are, you will always have haters. Or they'll, you know, people might look at my flyers and they might think I'm some diva. They will never know that actually I'm an inner nerd. I went to my makeup artist today, and your makeup artist who like saved me, by the way. But yeah, like I'm sure she didn't expect such a tomboy, messy hair, like
She's
no
not
makeup.
A diva
Arrived in my sweatpants. You know, when people see DJ Goddess, they really expect a diva. I've had promoters think that they're gonna deal with probably, you know, the baddest gal ever, but then I show up and I'm in my sweats and pony, and I'm like, okay, let's rock and roll.
Exactly. Wow. You know what? One thing I also want to know is that you are gonna go into so you're going into music production.
Yeah.
So how do you find the transition between DJing and going into music production, even though it is on the same level? It is like a little bit different, just like, you know.
Yeah, well, for me, because, I mean, I've been touring and I've been going to city, I feel like the next, like, how do you progress? So for me, the next step as a DJ, if I become an international DJ, I'm touring different cities, I feel like the next step is production. You know, the Afrojacks, the Tiestos, you know, Calvin Harris. All these people have now gone into production, or vice versa, started as producers and then started DJing. And for me, that's something that I always wanted to learn. And as a female DJ, again, a lot of people have ghost producers, and I wanted to make that transition from having a team of producers to be able to understand things myself, to be able to do things myself. And I don't want to always have to hire people, you know, a team. I want to be able to creatively input, but also to technically put my input in. And so that's what I'm working towards.
Very nice. You know what? We're going to check out the next track, and we'll be back more with Jessica Dhillon, also known as DJ Goddess. Sunde Aapaftaria de Awaaj de Vich Bewafa, one of my favorite tracks, which always plays on Sunday Sundays. But here it is, and enjoy on Punjabi Takeover. And that's The Prophecy with Chittiya. I absolutely love the track, and the video is A1, mind-blowing. So we got about 10 minutes left, and once again, we've got Jessica Dhillon, aka DJ Goddess, here in the RedFM studios. Right now we're going Facebook Live, so pehla recording chaldi si, so that's why we were a little bit busy. But if you guys have got Facebook, you can join us and come join us live. Otherwise, you guys can check out the interview online. It will be posted soon. But before we wrap up, tell me about the support system in the industry, or even like female support system. And I know you've got, you know, like you're wearing this cool goddess bracelet. So I want to know more about that as well. So I'll let you handle that part.
Okay, so I actually started a movement called Crown That Goddess, and the reason why I started it was because I felt like there was a lot of female support lacking, and I feel like maybe it's a competitive thing amongst women, and that's why it was so cool that we connected, because we're here supporting one another. And I would love to see that happen, you know, outside of, you know, us, our circle. And because of that, I started this movement called Crown That Goddess, and it's women supporting women. And I feature different entrepreneurs, especially in unconventional career types. So it could be like makeup artists, musicians, DJs, like whatever it may be. I love featuring them, supporting them. And that's the basis of Crown That Goddess. And it's been amazing. I've had some support from Khloe Kardashian, Amrezy, some really amazing role models and people that you kind of look up to, or celebrities supporting this movement.
Very nice. So where do you hope to see this movement go up to? Like, what do you hope to see in the future for Crown That Goddess?
I actually formed it, and I wanted it to be bigger than me. And that's what I started it. And in fact, also, when I started it, it was kind of, there's a lot of quotes on the page. So if you go to Crown That Goddess on Instagram, there's a lot of quotes, motivational stuff. And then there's women that are featured in it that I support. And yeah, it's something that I hope that just continues to grow, and I hope that it extends to other women supporting other women. Even locally, I've featured Pink Orchid Studio, Shannon and Harp, and it would be nice to see other local female artists on there.
Very nice. So exciting. But you know what? That's one thing I do feel like I must say, like I have to add on, is खास करके मैंने लगता कि इतने जिन्हें भी, you know, females हैगियां हैं, or even like everyone, I think support, एक दूसरे ਨੂੰ support करके ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਾ ਹੈ. So we all gonna reach our goals regardless of whether we get the support or not, right? Depending on how hard we hustle. But ਮੈਨੂੰ ਏਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ I know Jessica and I speak about this all the time, is like we can cut the time in half just by supporting each other. And you know what? ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਿਸਮਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਸੀਬ ਤੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਹੀ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਹੈ. So don't feel that someone's going to cut you off for work. If you're talented enough, that work will come to you. So that's why, like, you're right. It would be awesome to see more females supporting each other, even more artists supporting each other, and working together, collaborating. And I'm surprised at the support system that we have gotten. And I'm also surprised at the support that we don't get. खास करके I do feel in Vancouver, like, you know, I know my mom being a single parent, like she went and she, raised us, spent money on my schooling. And as opposed to that, every year I go and you brush up on your talent, and then when people expect you to like work for free or don't even respect the talent, I think that's really big. And I think our industry can grow if we start respecting one another and helping each other grow.
Definitely. And it's amazing, like the difference between India and I feel Vancouver. Even when I go to India, I feel like there's so much more support, a lot of collaborations happening, people paying you for your work and that sort of thing. But
Absolutely.
whereas where you come here, it's a lot of, and I've seen it, and it's so sad. Like I feel like, one moment they might even be collaborating, the next moment you're speaking behind each other's back. And I really wish that, and that's why, like with Crown That Goddess, I want people to support one another.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree with you. The more you support one another, I think the faster you'll get to where you want to be, even if it's like the exact same industry that you're in. Let's say you were a DJ, I'm a DJ. I feel like even by supporting each other, despite being in the same, having the exact same profession, we're going to go the same way and faster.
Exactly.
And I see that in LA as well. Like, I go to LA quite often. Again, like you see females working with females and getting to where they want to be so much faster. And those are the people that I kind of look up to. And you gain so much more respect for those females that, are hustling, but in their hustle also lending their hand out. And that's another thing, why I responded to your DM was because I was like, okay, there's someone else. I know what it felt like to go to India several times on my own.
Yeah.
As much as you feel like you needed a friend, I felt like I needed one. Maybe I didn't even realize after so many trips that I actually needed someone because, I'm surrounded with guy friends, especially in the industry. Like, they're all like male DJs, male artists, all that sort of thing. So you were the first female that kind of, you messaged me. And I felt like messaging back. And it might have taken me a few days, but I did because I was running around. But yeah, and I'm glad that we did. And I feel like it's amazing because when I come back here, you're supporting me, I'm supporting you, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
It is. And you know what? Like, once again, I just got to say hats off to your hustle, to your grind. And you know what? Together, it's like we can reach heights unimaginable ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰੀਏ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੇ I think ਦਿਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਫ਼ਰਤ ਕੱਢ ਦਈਏ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖੀਏ we should look at each other as humans. And I feel that nowadays that everyone's just looking at each other as steps like ਇਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਪੈਰ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕਦੀ ਹਾਂ or I'm going to use this person as a stepping stone. Like, no man, we're all humans, we should work together, like reach out. Like, I think ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ the souls connect ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ then you can actually see that we all will get what we want to get to as long as we work together.
And I'm starting to see actually more collaborations. Like, let's say I went away for 4 months on tour. I feel like we have progressed in Vancouver. I've come back and I've seen a lot of different companies start to collaborate. I'd just love to see it more. I agree with you. It'll happen much, much faster. So I hope all the females that are listening that we all kind of support one another.
Yeah. Awesome, man. So you know what? I can't believe that it's already 12:57 and program the time ho gaya hai. That went by so quick. But you know what? One thing for sure, I will have DJ Goddess. Actually, let's just say I will have Jessica Dhillon back on the show with me. Maybe just a casual night one night.
Just take over. Yeah. How about I interview you? Can I do that?
Let's not do that. No,
I think so.
No.
We'll disclose a lot, you guys.
There's a reason why I don't do interviews.
She gives them all.
Yeah. So, you know what? Thank you so much. Give out your social media handle. So, for all the listeners out there that want to legally stalk you, they can. So please do.
I probably will confuse people. On half my stuff, it's Jessica Dhillon. On half my stuff, it's I am DJ Goddess. On Snapchat, it's Jessica Dhillon. On Instagram, it's Jessica Dhillon. On Facebook, I think it's I am DJ Goddess. Twitter, I am DJ Goddess. So
there it is. You know what? Thank you so much. And before we go, I do want to play one of your mixes. So
which one?
Yeah, Raat Jashandi.
So that's the newest one.
Yes, so I'm really excited. So we're going to check out this track. And is the Nali Sade program the time ho gaya. Thank you guys very much for joining
me. Happy birthday.
Oh.
I needed to squish that in.
Thanks.
You talk so fast.
Thank you so so much. But I'll be back tonight with Fiesta Fridays, 7:30 बजे to leke 10 बजे तक. And once again, I promise you guys that we will have DJ Goddess back on the show again this month. So you know what? Once again, see you guys tomorrow. And Jan to pala, we got Raat Jashan Di by Yo-Yo Honey Sinks, and this is the Goddess remix.
Hope you guys enjoy.
Here it is. And Sadde Vallo Sare nu pyar pari. Sat Shri Akal. Atera Braka.